you guys up or myself up. Really want to thank you, and I want to thank actually everybody involved with BID. I've been here for about 3 years now, and this year obviously I have the privilege of being the keynote. So thank you to Stan and to Corazon at the Armory and everybody else who makes this possible. I think you guys are pretty damn lucky to have this. This is my 3rd year, and I've seen how this has grown, and I think for both parents and students, it's awesome to have it. Just as a warning, I attended PCC before I went to Art Center, and this is the one class I've taken in public speaking was here at PCC, so you'll know who to ask for refunds. And what it says up there, basically, I'm just going to tell you guys a story, and I know that it's early in the morning, but just to get it started, so that how many parents are here, actually? Wow, that's a lot. Any grandparents? Coincidentally? Anybody born, and not to reveal your age, between the 50s and the 60s? People are honest. I like it. So you actually might remember some part of this. Just kidding, I'm joking. Today I'm going to tell you a story in 3 parts. The first part starts in the turn of the century. No offense, I'm sorry. I know. Through the 50s and 60s, and it's the Industrial Revolution. And we know, obviously, have you taken history class and math classes?
Yeah.
I flunked math. The manufacturing base for the U.S. was built during that time. We had such innovations as canned food, which now contributes to how rotund we are. We had our businesses run by large corporations with a lot of old-looking dudes. Things were run by the numbers and, by business decisions, etc., and bottom line and stockholders and who gives everything else. And the result of that is that today we can go to the supermarket and eat. This guy happens to be listening to something. I don't know who does that. Would you shop and listen to music?
No.
That one guy. You're a grandparent too, man. You're prolific. The result, obviously, in addition, is that all our needs are met to some degree. We live in nice houses. I mean, I'm pretty sure you all live in a nice house or apartment. In the U.S., per capita, we have one of the most awesomest, that's not an actual business term, but lives that we can possibly ask for. Oh yeah, the microphone is creaking a little bit there, sorry about that. So obviously this all comes at a price, and many of you have, or many of us, have begun hearing a lot of buzz here and there about things like the environment, which obviously the price of manufacturing, the price of petrochemicals, the price of vehicles, and going really fast in your Porsche Carrera on the freeway. I don't have one, but I'm fantasizing. Actually doesn't help the environment. With the depletion of natural resources, pollution, etc., add global warming in there, etc., what do we do? What is next after these 50, 60 years of having the old white dudes in the conference room running this stuff? We still have them in the president's office. Exclusively old white dudes. No offense to old white dudes here. You're cool old white dudes for bringing your kids here. Other than the skepticism on your face that my kids. So in the transition to the next part of the story, which is the second part, I'm going to talk about a bit of, before even going to that, quote here, and I don't want to read it too much, but basically it says something to the degree of, if you do code and you have an MBA and you're one of the old white dudes, crunching numbers, your time is over, but the keys to the kingdom are changing hands. I feel like I'm at church. The future belongs to a very different kind of person with a very different kind of mind. Creators, designers, storytellers, caregivers, consolers, big picture thinkers will now reap society's richest rewards and share its greatest joys. Yay! I wasn't waiting for applause. after the sermon, I'll do a calling and everybody like baptized as a creative person can accept the Lord's calling. It's okay, I can do that. My father was a minister, so I'm qualified and ordained. That's from Daniel H. Pink's book of Whole New Mind, which I'll talk a little bit about more later. But that comes to the second part, which is the creative revolution. You guys and girls here will be the leaders of this revolution. It has started little by little. How many of you own an iPod? Oh my God. Parents, save your money. Put it in a trust fund or something. It has pretty much dominated the portable music space. Were there MP3 players before the iPod?
Yeah.
Yes. What was wrong with them? To quote experts in the field, they sucked. Steve Jobs, a genius, has he been called next to P.T. Barnum, there has never been a better marketer in the world? Or is he just onto something that the old white dudes in the boardrooms don't? No. And that's obviously, as we all know, if you're a product designer like Stan Kahn, who was one of my teachers here at PCC and taught me how to draw. If you can't draw, please leave the room. That's a joke, but it's kind of true. The differences, and we don't have to go into detail about them because you all already drank the Kool-Aid and own one, are marked. All right. Anybody recognize this? Well, for you people, you guys are dorks for it. Yeah, I got you on that one, huh? I'm sorry, no, you're not. You're cool. World of Warcraft. Been called by the Wall Street Journal the new golf. I have never dressed like that for golf, but or been on a wolf, however you speak that in English. I'll change to Spanish afterwards. A lot of people speak Spanish here? Oh, excelente, ok. El resto de la tarde va a ser en español. Se jodieron los que no hablan español. I can go through the acronyms and nobody will understand them, but MMOG, massive multiplayer online, etc. Whether it's this, whether it's playing Halo with all your buddies and killing them. It's a huge part entertainment-wise. The 18 to 35 demographic, 18 to 25 demographic stopped watching TV and films a long time ago, and now this is all we do. Design and environmental consciousness has made Method one of the most successful brands in a stagnant industry. It's freaking soap, for Jesus Christ's sake. But Kareem Rashid designed the bottle. Holy crap, I'm going to go buy that. And it smells like cucumbers, which I don't understand either, but... cucumber. Ray Anderson is the CEO of Interface, which is a very old school company. They just do carpeting. And a quote from him, Interface considers the mitigation of climate change to be one of the utmost importance in achieving a more sustainable future for everyone. To date, our combined global efforts have reduced our absolute carbon dioxide emissions by over 54% from our 1996 baseline. This is an old white dude making sense. And he is leading a revolution of corporate Americans that are actually beginning to change the ways their companies do business through design in order to facilitate and help us not dying. The final quote during this part, and I will speed it up. Getting ahead today requires not high tech, but high concept and high touch. Even the chairman of GM says about succeeding, it's more a right brain thing. I see us in the art business. For GM, all I have to say is the Pontiac Aztec with 2 S's. That was the most horrible car ever, and he's lying through his teeth, but at least he's saying, you know, it's about art, it's no longer about